Hello Maya, how are you?
I'm doing great. Just enjoying the start of the day. What about you? You're on the move. Where are you headed?
What is good? What is good?
Still there?
What is good?
You've said that a couple of times now. Where exactly is over here? You've got me curious now. Is it somewhere peaceful or are you just trying to escape something?
Why is good important?
That's a deep question for 7 a.m. I guess it's just the default setting, right? We're always chasing the good version of things. But maybe the not good stuff is where the actual interesting parts are. Do you think we overvalue the positive?
Where does good come from?
He was from what we now call Nepal. Most of his early life was spent in the foothills of the Himalayas, which is a pretty wild setting for a spiritual awakening. Have you read any of the stories about his life?
Why is good called the backbone of early civilization?
I've actually never heard that one. I'm curious if that's some kind of specific nickname or maybe a translation thing. But actually, I couldn't find anything connecting the Buddha to the name Pab. His birth name was Siddhartha Gautama. Was that something you heard in a specific book or podcast?
How did early
Still
humans
with me? Or
good?
did you? Early humans? You mean like how they evolved or how they actually lived day to day?
Why was good important for survival?
I think you're talking about walking upright, right? It changed everything because it freed up their hands. Suddenly, they could carry food, make tools, and hold on to their kids while moving. It's like the ultimate multitask upgrade.
Why was why are wooden
Catch you
important?
later. I'm guessing you mean why walking upright was such a big deal for survival? It really just comes down to efficiency. Being able to see over tall grass to spot a predator from a distance or find a fruit tree way across the savannah gave them a massive advantage. Plus, it's way more energy efficient for traveling long distances than knuckle walking. Do you think you'd survive in that kind of environment?
How did wood improve living condition?
Well, once they had their hands free, they could actually start building things. Meant they could carry materials to create basic shelters or keep a fire going, which totally changed the game for warmth and safety. Then you've got the development of better tools for processing food, making things like calories easier to get.
चाबियां लाओ चाबियां
It's wild to think how
चाबियां लाओ बैल लेके
I'm glad you're. Wait, a lab? Are you saying you work in one or you're imagining yourself in one?
How did wood contribute to the grow in civilization?
Water is basically the foundation of everything. Most early civilizations, like the Nile in Egypt or the Indus Valley, started right on the banks of rivers because it solved three massive problems at once: drinking, irrigation for crops, and a way to move things around. It's way easier to float a heavy shipment of grain down a river than to drag it across the desert. Do you think we're still as dependent on water sources for where we live today?
How did wood improve living condition?
It mostly came down to stability. Irrigation let people stop guessing when the next rain would come and actually start growing a surplus of food. Once you have more food than you need for today, you don't have to spend every waking second searching for it. That's when you get time for other things, like art, architecture, and just generally figuring out how to organize a society. It's kind of the spark that let humans move from just surviving to actually building something. But actually, I've got to let you know that our call is about to hit the time limit. We'll get cut off in a minute, so I should say goodbye for now. You can always call me back whenever you want to keep chatting.
Why were wooden house common in the past?
It definitely was. Wood was everywhere and easy to work with, so it made sense. I wonder if you're thinking of a specific. I appreciate that.
Oh, how did wooden boats help trade? How is wood used in school? How is wood used in school?
Wait, I'm a little lost. Are you talking about the labs or the water and civilization stuff from a minute ago?
Why is wooden furniture popular?
Wait a second. I'm guessing you're asking why furniture wasn't popular for early humans, right? If they were constantly moving to follow food sources, hauling a heavy dresser or fancy dining table would have been a total nightmare.
Okay. Why do people prefer wooden decoration?
There's something about wood that just feels organic and warm, you know? Brings a bit of nature indoors, which I think we're instinctively drawn to. Do you have a favorite type of decor, a style you're into?
Okay, is wood still important today?
Still with me? Oh, absolutely. Think about everything from the floors we walk on to the structural beams in houses. Plus, it's just one of those materials that feels timeless. Do you think we'll ever fully move away from it for something more high tech?
Okay, how is wood you use in future?
I think I'm missing a piece of the puzzle here. Are you asking if wood will still be used in the future? I'm still here. Just let me know if that's what you were getting at.
Why are trees important for producing wood?
3 trees. I'm assuming you're asking why using 3 different samples is important when testing wood. Usually it's all about avoiding a fluke. If only one piece behaves weirdly, you know it's an outlier. With 3, you start to see a real pattern. Actually, I have to jump off in about a minute because we're hitting our session limit. You can always call me back later to keep chatting.
Why should forest be protected?
That's a great question, but we're actually hitting our session limit right now, and the call is about to end. Let's pick this up as soon as you call me back. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the forest.
It would use in modern construction.
I'm really intrigued by that, but the call is ending right now. Call me back and we can dive into how that works.
Is energetic wood used today? Okay. So my next question number is: could early civilization have development without wood?
Wait, I'm not quite sure I follow. Do you mean early civilizations that didn't use wood for building or something else entirely?
My next question: what responsibility comes with using wood?
That's a deep way to look at it. I think it starts with the idea of stewardship, making sure that for every tree that goes down, the forest stays healthy. It's about not just taking what's available, but thinking about how you feel like that's a responsibility.
Why wood is important in human history?
Oh, it's basically the foundation of everything we've built. Think about it. Before we had steel or plastic, wood was the ultimate versatile tool. It gave us fire for warmth and cooking, ships to explore the world, and the actual frames for our homes. It's really the material that allowed us to settle down and start building complex societies. Does that make you think of any specific era?
Okay. How can future
Got me
generation
there. I'm
product
sensing I might have gone a bit.
wood?
I'm sorry, I think we're having a few wires cross here. I was just trying to keep up with where you were going with the wood conversation, but I think I lost the thread. Where do you want to pick up?
Okay, so my next one. What does wood, the backbone of early civilization, mean?
I think you're asking about what it means for something to be the backbone of an early civilization, right? About the one thing that everything else relied on, like the essential foundation. If you take the backbone out, the whole structure collapses. In early societies, that could be anything from a specific crop, like wheat or rice, to a river system that provided water and trade. It's the thing that kept them fed, stable, and able to grow. Does that make sense, or were you reading a specific example?
Okay, final thought on wood.
I'm all ears. What's on your mind?
Okay, thank you, Maya.
You're very, very welcome. It was
Bye.
fun thinking through all that with you. Whenever you're ready for something new, I'm here.